we are going to present our presentation on the topic economic crisis, reasons and solutions. So before talking about the economic crisis, do you guys have any knowledge about what is economy? No? It's okay, let me tell you about it. An economy is an interrelated set of production, consumption and exchange activities that aid in determining how scarce resources are allocated. The production, consumption and the distribution of goods and services are used to fulfill the needs of those who live in and operating within the economy. So, and it is also referred to as an economic system. So I hope you guys got a little bit idea about what economy is. So let's move toward our main topic. What is an economic crisis? So economic crisis is basically means it is a situation when the country has a slowdown in its economic activities due to some financial bank crisis and inflation, currency crashes, sovereign debt and fiscal decrease and sovereign debt is the amount of money that the government has borrowed from some other big countries to for the betterment of the nation, for the peoples, and the wide fluctuations outside the acceptable limits of change in the commodities or supplies of the products and goods. Economic crisis is also usually seen as a situation when the country economy has decline in the aggregate output and their real gross domestic product, which is GDP, you all know about it. And the sovereign debt is also one of the biggest main reason for the recent Sri Lanka economic crisis. You all must have heard about it in the news, and we will talk about it later in our presentation. And the economic crisis results in decline in the per capita income of the peoples and increases unemployment and poverty among the peoples in the country where the economic crisis is going on. So I would like to show you guys a video for the better understanding of this concept.
What is an economic crisis? An economic crisis is a situation in which a country severely. We also call it a financial crisis is the cause of an economic crisis. During an economic crisis, an economy's GDP shrinks, liquidity or access to cash dries up, unemployment rises, with many people losing their jobs, companies go bankrupt, property prices crash, there's a real estate crisis, and stock market prices plummet. An economic crisis is an economic downturn that keeps getting worse and worse. When an economic crisis lasts for a long time, it becomes a recession. Most economists today define a recession as at least 2 successive quarters of GDP contraction. When a recession lasts for a long time, it can become a depression. A depression lasts longer than a recession and is also much more severe. An economic depression is a sustained decline in economic activity that lasts a long time. Every depression is preceded by a recession, which is preceded by an economic crisis. Thank you for watching this market business news video.
Reasons for economic crisis: loss of confidence in investment and the economy. Loss of confidence feed consumers not to buy. Loss of confidence feed consumers to stop buying and force them to move into defensive mode. Second one is a stock market crash. A sudden loss of confidence in investment can create a subsequent bear market and drain capital out of business. So here comes the word bear market. Does anyone know about bear market? So bear market means a drawdown or fall down of 20% or more in a business or in a sale from its peak to down. Third one is deflation. So deflation is when prices of service and goods are decreasing and the power of purchasing is increasing. So here comes a question: that deflation is good or bad. Deflation is good for the poor person because they are getting goods and services in low amount, so they are happy. But for the nation, deflation is good or bad? Yes, deflation is bad because it can signal a downturn in an economy, which leading a country towards the recession. When asset bubble burst, it occurs when investments and pricing of investments such as gold, stocks, and housing became inflated beyond their sustainable value. Recent economic crisis in Sri Lanka. As you all know, the economic crisis is going on in Sri Lanka right now. The country doesn't have fuel for essential services like bus, trains, and medical vehicles. But the officials say it doesn't have enough foreign currency to import more. Also, the government blamed the COVID pandemic, which badly affected their tourist trade, which is one of their biggest foreign currency earnings. Now, another question comes: why the people of Sri Lanka are protesting? The government was criticized for mismanaging the economy of Sri Lanka, leading towards a subsequent economic crisis. The main demand of the protesters is the resignation of the government led by Rajapaksa family.
Solutions for the economic crisis: reduce taxes. When government reduces taxes, it often comes at the cost of widening the budget deficit. The government receives less tax receipt but usually spent at the same level. This increase in budget deficit helps to put money into the pocket of average consumer. Reduce interest rate. When interest rate is reduced by the central bank, it puts money into the pocket of an consumer and businesses, which encourage savers to spend more. Increasing government spending. By increasing the government spending, there is a significantly boost in the economy. Public work programs and investment in infrastructure can help to put money into the pocket of the workers, then they are able to spend it to improve the economy. Removing regulations. One of the issue many firms face that they have a long list of regulations that they have to abide by. These regulations it creates an additional cost to the consumer and businesses. By removing these regulatory hurdles, we can put money into the pocket of consumers, which will boost our economy. Thank you.